Hello, what's your name?
I'm Olly.
And Ollie, where are you from?
I'm from Wrexham.
Okay.
In a season filled with vocal powerhouses and dance troupes, few could have anticipated that one of the most unforgettable moments on Britain's Got Talent would come from an 11-year-old boy with a guitar. But when Olly Pearson stepped onto the stage, looking more like a curious schoolboy than a rock star, the audience braced for something modest, maybe sweet. What they got instead was a performance that detonated across the theater like a lightning bolt. From the first blistering riff of AC/DC's Highway to Hell to the seamless transitions into Van Halen's Jump and Queen's Don't Stop Me Now, Olly didn't just play the guitar, he commanded it. His fingers moved with uncanny speed. His timing was flawless, and his confidence grew with each passing note. But what truly set the stage ablaze wasn't just his technical skill, it was the energy. Striding across the stage, shredding directly in front of the judges, he evoked the swagger of performers 3 times his age. Amanda Holden's golden buzzer slammed down with thunderous finality, unleashing a storm of confetti and applause, while Simon Cowell, known for his harsh critiques, was left nodding in rare approval. "You already have your own sound," he remarked, acknowledging a musical identity far more advanced than expected. That moment didn't just change Olly's life, it turned him into an overnight sensation and launched a conversation that extended well beyond the studio. What was it about this boy from Wrexham that captivated millions? And how did a child develop such command over a genre steeped in rebellion and grit? Long before he ever held a guitar, Olly Pearson was already drawing attention for something few children master so young: performance. From an early age, music was not just something he enjoyed, it was something that moved through him. Family members recount how toddler Olly would break into spontaneous dance routines in the living room, perfectly syncing his steps to pop songs on the radio, moving with a rhythm that felt more intuitive than learned. That sense of showmanship, of feeling a beat and letting it guide the body, became his earliest form of expression. Even before formal lessons or structured practice, Olly had already begun developing the instincts of a performer. His teachers noticed it during school events. Parents saw it at birthday parties. He wasn't just participating, he was performing. This natural rhythm, combined with a fearless presence in front of crowds, formed the perfect foundation for what would later blossom into full-blown stage charisma. As he transitioned from dancing to playing drums and eventually to mastering the electric guitar, that innate confidence followed him, evolving into something sharper and more compelling. While other children experimented with hobbies and grew bored, Olly's commitment to music only intensified. It wasn't a pastime, it was a calling. And those early years of movement and rhythm were quietly preparing him for a moment that would eventually captivate the entire country. It was a moment as unassuming as it was life-changing. One ordinary day at age 7, Olly Pearson found himself standing in a small crowd on a busy street in Wrexham, watching a lone busker pour his soul into a guitar. For most passersby, it was background music, maybe worth a coin. For Olly, it was an awakening. As the street performer's fingers danced across the strings, something clicked inside the boy. A sudden, electric realization that this was what he wanted to do. That evening, he went straight to his grandfather Lee with a single request: teach me to play. Lee, a former guitarist who had long since put away his own instrument, was taken aback, but moved. He didn't hesitate. Dusting off his musical past, he began mentoring Olly. Not through rigid lessons, but by simply opening the door. "I didn't teach him much," Lee later admitted. "I just opened the door, and it came out of him." And it did. In just 4 short years, Olly's skills evolved from novice strums to advanced solos that would leave seasoned musicians shaking their heads in disbelief. The child had not only absorbed the mechanics, he had internalized the emotion. With Angus Young of AC/DC as his guiding influence, Olly didn't imitate, he embodied. He played with instinct, not just knowledge. That single encounter with a street musician didn't just start a hobby. It set into motion a journey that would bridge generations, ignite a forgotten passion in his grandfather, and lead to one of the most astonishing auditions in BGT history. Before the national spotlight found him, Olly Pearson was already generating buzz in his hometown. Local event organizers quickly caught wind of the boy with the guitar who played like he was born to do it. They began inviting him to perform at community festivals, school functions, and charity concerts, often as the youngest act on the bill. At just 9 and 10 years old, Olly was already gathering crowds, his confident solos turning casual passersby into dedicated fans. And he didn't take those opportunities for granted. Backstage, he would thank the organizers, often with his grandfather by his side. Always humble, always grateful. The Pearson family credited local music shop WX Him Sounds for their early support, noting how much encouragement and access to equipment they had provided. His school, Bob and Moto Primary, celebrated his rising fame by screening his BGT audition for all the students. Proof that his success wasn't just personal, it was communal. Even his sister, thousands of miles away in Paris, streamed his performance to share in the moment. Wrexham rallied around him, not because he was a novelty, but because they recognized authenticity. They saw a boy putting in the work, cherishing his roots, and representing their town with pride. This local fame served as his training ground, the proving arena where he developed the poise and resilience that would later define his time on a national stage. When Olly finally stepped onto the BGT platform, he didn't carry the pressure of a hopeful contestant. He carried the momentum of a hometown hero already well on his way.
When Olly Pearson stepped into the glaring lights of the BGT stage, few knew what to expect. The judges exchanged curious looks, the audience murmured, and then pure ignition. From the opening chords of Highway to Hell, Olly's performance didn't just surprise, it exploded. His fingers moved with precision, his stance exuded swagger, and the transitions between classic rock anthems were seamless. By the time he reached the climax of Queen's Don't Stop Me Now, he had every hand in the room clapping, every eye locked on him. Amanda Holden's reaction was immediate and visceral. She slammed the golden buzzer like she was launching a rocket. Golden confetti erupted overhead. The crowd surged into a standing ovation. Simon Cowell, rarely so quick to praise, leaned in to deliver a verdict that echoed, "You already have your own sound." That moment, broadcast across millions of screens, sent shockwaves through social media. TikTok exploded with reaction videos. YouTube uploads of his performance soared into the millions. Twitter trended with his name. Yet what made this so impactful wasn't just the performance. It was the raw disbelief that someone so young could command a room with such magnetic force. It was rock and roll reborn in miniature, a genre revived by the least likely candidate. This wasn't just a viral audition. It was a cultural moment, a generational surprise. And just like that, Olly Pearson wasn't just a contestant. He was a new face for an old sound, and a symbol of how raw talent still has the power to stop time. The morning after his jaw-dropping audition aired, Olly Pearson became more than a viral act. He became a global headline. His name surged through every platform, from TikTok compilations and Instagram reels to trending hashtags on Twitter. In an age where digital noise often drowns real talent, Olly cut through like a lightning bolt. Viewers were captivated by the video snippets of his golden buzzer moment, but the real story was in the aftermath. Guitar Player magazine, a titan in the music world, featured an article praising not only his technique, but his instinctive showmanship. Entertainment outlets scrambled for interviews. ITV's This Morning invited Olly and his grandfather to speak about their journey, their bond, and the whirlwind of attention that had gripped them. What struck many wasn't just Olly's ability, it was his humility. Despite the massive exposure, he remained focused, grounded, and, remarkably, hungry to get better. Fans around the world began labeling him a prodigy. Some compared his energy to legendary performers. Others simply celebrated his presence as a refreshing antidote to formulaic acts. He became a beacon for young, aspiring musicians who had long been told that rock was dead. Instead, here stood a boy breathing new life into it, live, unfiltered, and unforgettable. And with each share, repost, and reaction, his profile didn't just grow, it solidified. Olly Pearson was no longer a contestant. He was a performer the world couldn't look away from. But as is often the case with meteoric rise, not everything in Olly Pearson's story was met with universal applause. Shortly after his audition aired, a pocket of controversy began swirling online. Viewers, particularly those attuned to music production, began questioning the sound mix of Olly's live performance. The concern? His guitar, the centerpiece of his act, was allegedly too quiet, buried beneath a booming backing track. Fans voiced frustration across social platforms, arguing that the mix didn't do justice to the complexity and clarity of Olly's playing. Some speculated, without evidence, that the show may have intentionally muted the guitar to polish the final audio for television. A few conspiracy-minded critics even suggested pre-recorded elements were involved. However, defenders were quick to push back, pointing out that sound mixing for live TV is notoriously challenging, and that Olly's fingerwork visibly matched every note, leaving little doubt he was playing live. Even professional musicians chimed in to validate his skills, noting that despite any broadcast-level technical hiccups, Olly's technique, confidence, and showmanship spoke volumes. If anything, the controversy only amplified his mystique, drawing more attention to his raw ability and generating curiosity from those who hadn't yet seen the clip. Far from tarnishing his image, the debate revealed something deeper. People cared, a lot. They wanted to hear him more, not less. And in a world where so many performances are forgettable, the very fact that Olly sparked such scrutiny was proof that he had already crossed into the realm of public fascination. With all eyes now on him, Olly Pearson has done something that eludes many viral stars. He's kept working. Instead of basking in the glow of his audition, he returned to practice sessions, obsessing over every chord progression, tightening his timing, and exploring new material. According to those close to him, his determination has only intensified. He's not aiming to replicate his success, he's looking to surpass it. As the BGT semifinals loom, he's refining everything: set list, stage presence, and energy output. For Olly, this isn't about riding momentum, it's about building a lasting legacy. His confidence, once charming, is now calculated. His movements, once instinctive, are becoming intentional. His performances are evolving from explosive showcases to strategic, artistic statements. The pressure is immense, but so is the support. His family, especially his grandfather Lee, continues to stand by his side, anchoring him to the reason he started playing in the first place. That family bond is now part of his brand. Every time he steps on stage, it's not just for him, it's for them. And in that emotional grounding lies a level of maturity that defies his age. He's proving that talent may open the door, but dedication walks you through it. Olly Pearson isn't just a prodigy riding a wave of public interest. He's shaping himself into a musician with staying power, and the world is watching every step.
If Olly Pearson were to win the grand prize of Britain's Got Talent, a staggering £250,000, and a chance to perform at the Royal Variety Show, he already knows exactly what he'd do. And no, it's not a flashy car or a massive studio. It's something far more telling. He wants to buy his grandfather a Fender Starcaster, the guitar of his dreams. This gesture, simple yet profound, cuts to the heart of everything Olly's journey represents. It's not about fame or fortune. It's about gratitude, legacy, and love. Lee didn't just teach Olly guitar. He reignited a dream, offered his time, and believed in him before the world did. For Olly, buying that guitar would be more than a gift. It would be a symbol of everything they've built together, note by note. It's rare to see that level of thoughtfulness in a performer so young, but perhaps that's what makes his story so magnetic. Behind the blistering solos and viral fame is a boy who understands what matters. He's rooted in family, driven by passion, and aware that even the biggest dreams are best when shared. The road ahead is unpredictable, but one thing is certain. If Olly does win, it won't just be a personal victory. It'll be a tribute to the man who first placed a guitar in his hands and to every quiet moment that led to the loudest applause of his life. As Olly Pearson prepares for his next performance, one thing has become abundantly clear. This isn't a fluke, a gimmick, or a one-time viral phenomenon. This is the rise of a young artist with all the makings of a modern legend. At just 11 years old, he has reignited a global conversation around rock music, shocked a television audience, and inspired millions across platforms. But more than that, he's shown that talent doesn't need polish to shine. It just needs honesty. His journey from a curious child watching a street performer to a BGT Golden Buzzer act is a reminder of how powerful raw passion can be when nurtured by love and belief. He's not chasing fame for the spotlight. It's the stage that fuels him, the music that defines him, and the people behind him who push him forward. Whether he wins the competition or not, Olly has already secured something more valuable: a place in the hearts of millions and a blueprint for what it means to rise with authenticity. This is more than a music story. It's a generational one, a reminder that greatness doesn't always announce itself. It walks quietly into a room, plugs in a guitar, and lets the first note speak for itself.